Well, hello everyone. It's Sybil Starr, and I have a new offering. I'm going to be offering this every Monday. It's going to be a weekly forecast of what is happening. I have my new moon videos, and that is really the bigger picture, kind of more spiritual and philosophical, how everything is tied together. And I feel like the weekly forecast will be more practical and steps to meet the energy that is present. And I'm calling it MoonDay Morning Astrology because I'm going to be giving this every Monday at 10 o'clock. And Monday is ruled by the moon. And as I said, my new moon and my full moon videos are really the big picture. But the moon is our emotions. It is what is most personal, and it's our moods, and it's how our emotional bodies might move through the week, and how the different energies that come up of how we may respond to them. And so I'm also going to be talking about, of course, all of the different astrological happenings, but also the signs of the moon, the signs that the moon goes through. And if it's and I might even talk a little bit about the phases of the moon. I might share some charts. This week I'm not, but I might in the future. So anyway, it's going to be short, around 10 minutes. And so anyway, let's get started on what I see happening this week. So this week, starting on April 4th and lasting through April 10th. So on Monday, April 4th, the moon is in Taurus. And as I said, the moon represents our emotional body. It's our heart, it's our feelings, it's our moods. Okay. And Taurus is a fixed earth sign. It's very much about practicality, being grounded, and it's about calmness. It's about finding that place of inner calm while the storm swirls around, like that tree whose roots go deep down into the earth. That is the goal of Taurus, is to find that inner calm. And that doesn't always mean our world is calm. It's how we can stay calm. And of course, one of the shadow sides is stubbornness, although it might, Taurus has the ability to be very persistent, very dogged, and it can turn into stubbornness. So just kind of be aware of that. Now, the moon is conjunct the North Node, and this is actually, the moon is in a Taurus April 4th and April 5th. So the moon is conjunct the North Node on Monday, April 4th. And so that's very much about connecting with Mother Earth. The North Node and the moon are at 24 degrees of Taurus at 10 in the morning on Monday, April 4th. And the North Node is, of course, our way forward. On that day, there is a Mars-Saturn conjunction, and it's really in effect all week. It's already been in effect because the energy of these two planets coming together in the sky is very powerful. And they only meet every 2 years. And so Mars is very much about passion, just do it, action. It's also our warrior instinct. And Saturn is about self-discipline and hard work. And they actually do work really well together. You can get stuff done. It's very much a combination of passion and self-discipline, and it can be a focused energy. Okay. And this is the time of the year when there's certain things we have to get done, such as, taxes, putting in gardens, as well as many other things. And this Mars-Saturn conjunction is square the nodes of the moon, and the nodes of the moon have to do, their points of destiny. And so the North Node is about staying grounded in the present moment, while preparing for the future, because Mars and Saturn are in Aquarius. And it squares the South Node, and squares are challenges, it's what, and I feel like when it's activating the nodes, it's saying, how do we move forward, and what is it we need to let go of? Because the South Node is what we need to let go of, and it is in Scorpio. So it's saying, don't get involved in emotional drama. These couple of days are really good days to get things done. Well, actually all week. It's a good time to get things done as long as we don't get ourselves mired in emotional drama. Okay. April 6th, the moon moves into Gemini. Gemini is an air sign, a mutable air sign. It's very curious. It likes new ideas. It's very sociable. Okay. And it's actually trine this Mars Saturn conjunction. So, there's the possibility of, trying to make some work fun, even if it's a job you're not that fond of doing, there is a way to make it fun, I feel like, and to maybe learn new things about it, to be curious about it. There might be a better way to do it than the way you've been doing it. That might show up. On Wednesday, April 6th, Venus moves into Pisces. Venus has been in Aquarius, and Venus is goddess of love, and she's been traveling in Aquarius, which is really about connections with others, being a part of the interconnected web of all beings, friendships. Whereas in Pisces, Venus is exalted. She loves to be there. It's very much about love, unconditional love, and love without attachment or expectation. And Venus brings into play relationships. Okay. And there's other two planets in two other planets are in Pisces this week, and that is Jupiter and Neptune. They're both in Pisces. And so Venus is, and by the end of the month, or let's see, what is it? By the end of the month, Venus will be conjunct Jupiter and Neptune. Okay. And these are three beautiful planets in this very beautiful sign of Neptune, which is so much about flow, unconditional love, compassion, forgiveness, all of those different kinds of things. And it can also bring in illusion, deception, and delusion, especially self-delusion and fantasy around relationships, since Venus is now in Pisces. As they say, no one would ever fall in love if Neptune did not exist, Neptune and Pisces, because it sprinkles fairy dust on everything. So so be careful to not get caught up in any illusions or fantasies around love. And it's also brings in the victim savior aspect. Pisces is so sensitive, can feel the suffering of others, and may want to fix others, okay, or rescue others, or one may feel victimized. That's another, one. And so it's important, like I said, to not step into fantasy so you don't feel like a victim. And the other piece is this Mars Saturn conjunction. One of the other meanings is about setting good boundaries. It's about staying in your own lane, knowing what is your business and what is not, and allowing others to have their karmic experiences where you don't become the victim, and so, so they're both important this week, work and relationship, and they're kind of flowing, in and out through each other. It may be work relationships that show up. Okay. Where some real beauty and creativity is involved. Now, on April 8th to 10th, the moon is in Cancer, and the moon in Cancer is very emotional. It's the sign the moon rules. It's very emotional, very sensitive, imaginative, and moody. And there is a tendency to take things personally that aren't meant for you. Was it Don Miguel Ruiz, has the 4 agreements, and one of them is to take nothing personally. People have their own stuff, and sometimes it gets projected on you, and sometimes we take it on when it wasn't meant for us because something in us got triggered. And Mercury, I didn't talk about Mercury, but Mercury is in Aries all week. And so the moon is going to come up into a square with this Mercury in Aries. And Mercury, is our communication, how we use our voice. And in Aries is direct and to the point and blunt. And so there, like I said, there is this tendency to take things personally. And but Mercury in Aries, the other thing is to be sensitive, both, to not take things personally and be sensitive in our communication. Now, on the weekend, Mercury comes into a square to Pluto. Actually, Mercury is there Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, and the moon comes in to activate this over, after, I would say, from midday Saturday to midday Sunday. And so it could be a very emotional time where where we could get triggered, where our own wounds could come to the surface. And that's what's important to remember. If we get triggered, it's something within ourselves that lives there, whether it's fear or anger. And anger is often an expression of fear. And that if someone triggers it, it's important to look within to see why we got triggered. And because it can be used as a really good tool for growth, as long as we don't blame someone else and project it outwards, which is always, the tendency. He made me feel like this, where the truth is, I felt like this in response to something that was said, and I need to look at this and see why I'm triggered. What is it that's coming to the surface? Because we are in a time where it's so much is about the elevation of the consciousness of humanity. And so a lot of our shadows are coming to the surface so that the field can be cleared, so our energy fields can be cleared. And we can elevate to the next level of consciousness. Okay. And it's also important to, and also great emotional healing around how to deal with conflict with kindness. Difficult truths can be said with kindness, as long as we're non-reactive, as long as we can maybe go to some place, kind of center within ourselves, and then have the difficult conversation that may need to happen. And to know that compassion and forgiveness is in the field. Compassion for ourselves and forgiveness, compassion, self-forgiveness, as well as for others, with this Venus, Neptune, and Jupiter in Pisces. I did draw a card for this week to see what Spirit had to say, and I thought this was just very, very accurate. It's from the Crystal Mandala Oracle by Alana Fairchild, and it is the goddess Sekhmet and fire agate. It's passion of the lion heart, because we are in, I didn't talk about, the sun is in Aries all month, and it is very much about passion, ruled by Mars, a very passionate, fiery sign. And so we are all dealing with that. So that's what we're living in as well. All right. So here's the message. We bring you the empowerment of passion of the lion heart. Through passion, you will dedicate yourself with an intensity and discipline that may surprise you. Passion is love activated. It is energy that moves you from within and empowers you to act in the world in ways you would not otherwise dare to even consider. Passion gives you strength, plugs you into the eternal energy of sacred fire, and generates the ability to accomplish tasks you once may not have believed possible. With great passion, there can be great pain. The heart that loves wild and open is also the heart that can feel disappointment and doubt most keenly. The empowerment of the lion heart strengthens your heart to recover from any pain through the power of courage, commitment, and bold, loving devotion to what matters most to you. So that is the message for this week. It is passion combined with discipline, compassion, and love, and great potential for learning and healing. And to remember that we are all here in this earth school together, and we are moving into higher frequencies. And so our shadow is coming up to dance with, to look at, and to heal personally and collectively. All right, wishing you a wonderful week.